So she got us started here. She has our blow pipe. It's a hollowed out stainless steel tube. We're just going to gather the glass out of our furnace. We already have our glass at the end of the pipe, and that's just clear molten glass. You saw it had that bright yellow or orange glow. That's only from the intense heat of the glass. As it cools down, it will become more and more clear. If we want to make a colored piece of glass, we'll roll it through what's called frit, F-R-I-T. It's little chips or shards of pre-colored glass. All we have to do is roll through these shards, and they will all stick right to the surface. So this will give us a nice dark colored piece of glass. So she has a few different colors out here. She has a light brown or tan and a fuchsia, which is like a pinkish purple. She's going to do a few layers of these colors, and when she goes back into the furnace here like that, she's not gathering up more glass, she's just melting all that color into the surface. Now she went right back to the other side of the stage. We're heating the glass up, we're melting it in. Yep. Yeah, sure. So Jamie right now is just melting all of that color right into the surface. Then she's going to go back to our bench. She's going to start to shape up our glass. So she has our shaping block here, a wooden shaping block. She's going to start to roll the glass through this block. Start to give it a nice even round shape. Smoothing out the surface of the glass, and she's trying to let this cool down slightly. In just one moment, she's going to blow into the pipe, cap the end with her thumb, and she's going to trap a whole bunch of air inside this glass. She's doing that right now. Just blow into the pipe. Now watch the glass right here. You can see it starting to expand and get a little larger. There we go. So now we have a little air bubble trapped in there. It's probably about the size of a golf ball. She's going back to our block. She wants to make sure everything's running on center. And Jamie wants to make a larger bowl today. So she's going to cool down the surface of the glass. And we have to get some more material. So she's going to cool this down by blowing some compressed air across the glass. It's going to go right back into our furnace. Rotate the pipe and you'll see she'll get a lot more glass right off the end. So it's very important we cool down this glass before we try to get more out of our furnace. If that was too hot, we go to gather up some more glass, it's probably going to collapse in on itself or be very difficult to control. It's very important we let that set up, and then we're going to go back into our furnace, rotate the pipe, and when she comes out here, you'll see she'll have a lot more material off the end, and that's enough glass to make a good sized bowl. So all these colors are going to look a lot different from the heat. It's going to take until this piece cools down to room temperature before all the true colors come out. Okay, so she's shaping this glass up, rolling it through a larger wooden shaping block, smoothing out the surface of the glass. You can see it's starting to heat up that core. That glass is starting to move around. Now she's just grabbing a wooden board. It's just a wooden paddle here. She's rolling the glass across this board, and you can see that even starting to catch on fire. She wants to create this kind of tapered shape. So you can really see how soft that glass is. All you have to do is gently apply a little bit of pressure on the glass, and you can see that board catching right on fire. You can see that glass starting to shake pretty easily. Alright, so now she's going back to our reheating furnace. She's heating up the glass. Then she's going to add some texture on the outside of our piece. So after she heats this up, watch this, she's going to take the hot glass, drop it down into one of these molds over here on the ground. She's going to blow into the pipe. And that glass is going to blow out to expand this piece. going to give us some textured ribs on the outside. There we go. So you can see that texture on there. That just shows you how soft that glass is. So it will kind of blow out to take whichever form we press it in. So that mold has all those little metal ridges. All we do is drop the hot molten glass down into that mold, blow into the pipe. You can see it blow out and start to expand. Okay, so now we still have a pretty good thickness, so we can expand this piece a little larger. Just pulling down the bottom tip. Now she's going to go ahead and start to squeeze in with a tool we call our jacks, applying a little bit of pressure. We're going to start to squeeze in this constriction mark. This is one of the most important steps in the whole process. That's because that's how we're going to get this glass off the pipe. Now we're blowing through the pipe, starting to get this piece a little larger. Yep. We're going to go right back to that constriction mark, apply some pressure. We don't want to lose that marked line there. And after we shape the glass and blow through the pipe a few times, you might see it might expand out slightly. Okay, so now we're cooling down the bottom of the piece. We're going to go right back to our reheating furnace, add a little more heat to our piece, and then we can continue to expand this glass and get it larger. So you can see how easy it is to blow through the pipe. It doesn't look like she has a lot of pressure there, does it? If you have enough air pressure to blow up a piece of bubble gum, you have enough air pressure to blow up this glass. It doesn't take much pressure at all. Going back into that jack line, defining that line. I know you said you wanted to put a foot on this piece in a moment, Jamie. Okay, want me to go ahead and gather? Alright, so now she wants to add on a nice, solid, clear foot onto the bottom of our piece. So I'm gathering up some clear glass out of our furnace. We'll bring this over to Jamie. You can see what happens to the glass if we stop turning the pipe. We're going to drop this right onto the bottom of our shape. We'll hold it above our shape, stop turning the pipe. You see that glass falling right down onto the ground. We're going to cut it free with our shears. Now that still has a lot of heat in there, so she can still change that shape. All she has to do is just gently press in on the glass with this graphite paddle. See, we can start to flatten it right out. Now she's even going to go in with a pair of our tweezers and add a nice little twist pattern all the way around the bottom of our piece. We're flattening that out. We want to create a little bit of an indent right in the bottom. We're almost ready to transfer this piece to another rod. She wants to cool down that bit of glass we just added on there. It's still holding a lot of heat. Go ahead. Alright, so now we're going to get ready to transfer this piece to another rod. I'm going to start by preheating the tip of this solid stainless steel rod. Then I'm going to get a little gather of glass right out of our furnace. I'm going to shape this glass up on our table. And then we're going to stick this glass right to the bottom of our shape. Break it free at that top constriction mark, that top neckline, and then we can start to flare open our bowl. I'm just shaping this glass up. I'm going to bring this over to Jamie. We're going to stick this right to the bottom of our shape. Just apply a little bit of pressure. We'll stick right to the bottom. Make sure everything's on center. Now we're going to break this piece free. We have to shock the glass. We're going to score that neckline with a diamond blade file. A light tap on the pipe, this piece should come right off. There we go. So you saw that's all it takes is just a very light tap on the pipe. We can break this piece right off. Now we can start to work on the other half of our shape. Okay, on a 3/4 or the smaller one. Okay. Alright, so now she's going to start heating up the front of our glass there. This is going to be one of the longer reheats in the process because she's mainly been working on the bottom half of our shape. Alright, now she said she wants another little bit of decoration. She wants to add on what's known as a lip wrap. So I'm going to get a little bit of glass here, roll it through some color. And this is going to be a little bit of glass, that we're going to trail right around the lip of our piece. It'll be a nice little accent, little bit of decoration for our piece. We're probably going to put a few coats of this color on. And Jamie's going to start to work on the opening of our shape. She's focusing the heat just on the very lip, but you notice every once in a while we'll do what's known as a flashing. She'll put the whole piece inside the oven. So we still have to keep that back half warm. Now she's going to shear through the glass. This is going to even out our opening. Do you want me to add on another coat or just shape this up? Okay. Alright, so I added on our light last coat of this color. I'm going to shape this up. We're going to trail this glass all the way around the lip of our piece. Up, add a little bit of heat. We're going to trail and wrap this all the way around the opening. I'm coming right now. Ready? Okay, so I'm going to bring this over to Jamie. Trail this all the way around the opening of our shape. Cut it free. It's going to be a nice little color accent. And some more of that fuchsia color. What's that? Yep. Alright. Yep. So now we have all of our color decoration on it. Now we just have to work on the finishing our shape. She's heating up the lip of this piece. When she comes back, she asked me to apply a little bit of pressure with this wooden board. I'm going to press in on the glass, and this is going to even out the lip, make sure it's nice and even all the way around. I'm just applying a little bit of pressure. Just evening out this opening. Okay, just shield your arm this time. Okay, so this time she said her arm was getting a little warm, so you'll notice we'll do this a lot when we're making a piece, especially larger scale pieces. We'll hold just a wooden board between her arm and the glass. This will just kind of protect her arm from the heat, radiant heat coming off the material. So she's flaring this shape open. Alright, So we have a beautiful shape bowl right there. She wants to change the shape one more time. So watch this. She's going to use just a rate in which she turns the pipe. Gravity and centrifugal force to give it its final shape. So she's going to spin the pipe faster and faster, and you'll see the glass will spin open into kind of a flat plate or a flat platter. Then as she angles the pipe down, she'll create this kind of a rippled edge top. So watch her closely. She's spinning the pipe faster. When she comes out, you'll see this will spin right open in kind of a flat plate or platter. There we go. She angles the pipe down, will create this nice rippled edge. Alright, so now we're going to get this piece off the pipe. In order to do that, she's going to add a drop or two of water right where the pipe attaches. And all it should take is a light tap on the pipe because we're shocking the glass right now. So a light tap on the pipe, this piece should come right off. I'll catch it here with these large forks, place it right inside of our oven. It's going to sit overnight and slowly cool down to room temperature. There we go. We're going to torch the bottom, so we're removing these sharp edges from where that pipe was attached. Yep. We're going to sling that out. We're going to place this right inside the oven here. It's going to sit in there overnight and slowly cool down to room temperature. Yeah, sure. Set this right inside here. There we go. Sit in there overnight and slowly cool down to room temperature. Let's give Jamie Perry a big round of applause. Alright, well thanks for stopping out at the Hot Glass Show. Hope you enjoyed the show. Have a good rest of your day at the Corning Museum of Glass. Thank you.